There is another person who could have committed the crime.
Rubber. Order! Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent.
Really? Really, Your Honor? Are you really gonna say that to me with a straight face? Really? Okay.
Rubber. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
I don't remember it either. Well, we'll see. And hi, Duna.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oops, sorry for yelling.
Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please.
The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact.
I see. Very well. I would like to move on to the testimony. Well, to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness.
Very well. I call the most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. Uh-oh. Poor Gumshoe. Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court.
Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studio, see? This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. And this is the main gate to the studio. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Past the security station, there is the gate, see? Past that are the studios.
Alright.
And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder, where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman with the production assistant.
Maybe it was her. I really don't think that it was her, but we'll see.
All the prosecution staff were in the employee area until noon. Then after lunch, the victim Jack Hammer went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now jump ahead to later that day at 5 p.m. The production staff came to the Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was cancelled.
Yes, of course. Because he was dead.
The time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found lodged into the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again?
Of course. Should I listen to the whole thing again? Why would I? Nah, I'm good. I know exactly what happened. I think I can probably remember that. Of course you can.
So the murder weapon was a spear. How medieval.
Samurai spear added to the court record. The spear was found stuck in the chest of the victim. Alright.
Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is... what did the security lady at the guard station see?
Understood.
Let's call the security officer to the stand.
Oh, we're not gonna cross-examine Gumshoe. That's a shame. It's fun to cross-examine Gumshoe because he just stumbles.
Ugh. Will the witness declare her name?
My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered.
Your name, please.
Uh-oh. No, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. What?
Your name, please!
Seems Edward has a bit of trouble getting his witness to say their names.
Wendy Oldbag, dearie.
Wendy? Okay.
Oh, so when a young lady still out, the children would make fun of it. Just believe it. But there was a boy at the captain's club chest in high. He called me Oldbag, and of course,
Objection! Objection! I object to the witness talkativeness.
Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand. I was just getting to the good part, dearie.
Perhaps we can get to the testimony.
No. The witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct?
Yes, I was.
And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you.
You know your stuff, dearie.
Okay. You may begin your testimony.
She sure is one hell of an old bag. I love these two together. It's cold, it really is. Look, Lazada, look at me. I have my blanket, my get hot blanket, my heat blanket, and it's super comfy. I have my arms like under them, and it's really good. It's really, really good. So, the witness account.
On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me, because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading towards the studio.
Nairux, have you ever played the spin-offs where you play as Edward? I played the first spin-off, I didn't play the second one. Actually, the first attorney game that I ever played, from this universe, was actually Edward's game, believe it or not. I played Edward's game first, and then I played Ace Attorney, a little bit later.
You saw the defendant then? Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor. And then just wears a t-shirt. Well, the thing is, this thing also, it sends heat up. So it's actually like a heater in a way. I feel zero cold at the moment. Look, I'm like this and I feel no cold. I'm super comfy. So, the witness account, let's see. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m.
Hold it! What do you mean at 1 p.m.? So up until that time, anyone who wanted could go into the studio? Well, there wasn't a security guard at the gate, no. But the main gate was locked, dearie. You need an employee card key to get in.
Oh, right, the card key that I have. The card key that I stole. So, what she's saying is, no one who was supposed to be there could get in.
Was there anyone at the studios when you arrived at the guard station?
Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing... Okay, hold it!
A run-through? They were working out a scene between the Steel Samurai and the evil magistrates. They got the basics figured out by noon, and where to use the afternoon for practice. Rehearsal was supposed to start at 5 p.m. That's why poor old Hammer went to the studio 1 in the afternoon. So Powers was in his dressing room sleeping when he was supposed to be practicing.
Talk about a laid-back hero.
If there was a run-through in the morning, why did you only get there at afternoon?
What do you mean 1 p.m.? Well, I'm role-playing as Wright, Sometimes his brain is not in the correct place, so he makes stupid questions, so that's what I'm trying to do.
I had some errands to run that morning.
What errands? Hold it, what do you mean?
What kind of errands? Do you mean murdering errands? Oh, No, I don't know. Answer the question. Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers, observing,
Oh! Observing? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station?
Whippersnapper! I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job!
Yeah, I'm not sure your boss would see it that way. Yep, Phoenix is 100% right. She basically just left her post and fuck it, I'm gonna see the actors.
Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-throughs. Always.
Oh, so it's not the first time that she has done this.
Never missed one in all my years. Wow! I want to see a Steel Samurai run-through too!
You know, you could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty.
Not a bad idea.
Here, let me just fix something here. A little bit more down. There you go. Anyway, it was one when I got to the guard station. Hold it! Again, what do you mean? Did you see the victim then?
Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station.
Tell us what happened next.
Damn, I don't know why, but Edward is like, he's not having it at all. He's like, I was at the main gate from then until 5. Hold it! So you were watching there the whole time? No breaks? Not even a second?
Of course, I am a professional, you know. Or are you criticizing how I do my job, Whippersnapper?
No, it's just after seeing you eating those donuts in the guard station yesterday.
I can watch the gate and eat donuts at the same time. Sniper Whapper. What?
That's not...
Sniper Whapper. Old Windbag is losing it, Nick.
Why don't you raise an objection?
So the witness was on duty through the afternoon the whole time. Very well. And what did you see?
Now the murder happened at 2 p.m., right? Hold it! How do you know? How did you know that? Because Edgeworth said it, Gumshoe said it.
Oh, I have my ways. That overdressed young detective told me. I fed him some donuts and he talked and talked. If you ask me, that detective isn't cut out for his job.
Hey! Edgeworth is like,
she's right. I have to do something about that idiot Gumshoe.
poor Detective Gumshoe getting ratted out by a security guard. That's crazy.
Interesting to me, because a certain man walked right by at 2 p.m.
Hold it! 2? You're sure?
Sure as a spit.
Well, who was that man?
Really, you should try not to get so excited at your age. You might
you might strain something. The judge is like,
who was the man? Please continue. I want to know what happens next.
As always, and she finally someone called on the judge's bullshit.
Now, don't get your skeevies all in a bunch. I'll tell you who it was. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading towards the studio.
Hold it! How the hell do you know? So you saw Powers, Mr. Powers.
That's what I said. Got wax in your ears, Sonny. Nick, this is your chance.
Yeah, time to pull out the secret weapon.
I'll say it again. It was him.
I know exactly what I gotta do.
It was Powers.
Okay, I guess it's the photo, right? Because the photo doesn't show Powers. The photo shows the Steel Samurai, right? And Powers is not the Steel Samurai literally. It's just a costume. So it could be anyone besides Powers. So there you go. This has to be it.
Objection! Let me get this straight, Oldbag.
Miss Oldbag.
You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct?
But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you?
Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. Let me see it. Ooh, it is. It's the Steel Samurai, my favorite show. What is this exactly?
None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo All Day Tokyo, Your Honor. Miss Oldbag, is this the Mr. Power that you saw?
Of course! Didn't your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right?
You fool!
No, they cannot.
I'm kind of surprised that Edgar didn't call this bullshit out, like, from the get-go. He should have access to the photos, right? So, if he saw the photo and he saw that it was the Steel Samurai, he would have never asked Oldbag to come to the stand and say this. It doesn't give him any favors.
Well, I mean, I wonder.
True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai. Exactly, there you go.
I didn't know that. I wasn't born yesterday. No one in this court is accusing you of that, mister.
The judge just called her old. He's having trouble calling her old bag, apparently.
However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you?
Nosy old man. Of course I have proof.
She does? What? Not even Edward knows. Edward's like, huh? Edward has no idea what's going on. Even Edward is surprised.
The prosecution would like to ask the witness, please make know all the information in your possession ahead of time.
How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective.
He told me this isn't any good as evidence. Huh? This isn't any good as evidence, pal.
Oh, wait. It's her mimicking Gumshoe.
He told me this isn't any good as evidence, pal.
He didn't even give it a second look.
What the fuck?
Wow, old Windbag has left even Edgewood speechless. She's good.
Well, let's hear about your proof then.
Well, yeah, what is the proof? I actually want to know. The man in the photo. Let's see.
I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his legs, see? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy?
I don't think so. Even if he did sprain his legs, only one of his legs would be bad, you know? Oh, wait, I guess she's like trying to say that because he's using the spear as a walking stick. But it still doesn't explain why the pants are so much bigger.
So he had sprained his ankle? Very well. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. You know, if it was me, I wouldn't even press it. I would just go to that statement and say, hey, this is bad bullshit. So I never say anything I don't mean. I'm just gonna press it just to see what she says. Hold it!
Whippersnapper!
Hey, I haven't said anything yet.
I'll have you know I'm not pointing fingers at anyone behind their backs. Everything I've said is on the straight and narrow, D up and not. You today, I was whining and just point fingers and it's enough to make the old lady cry.
Mr. Wright, please, for all our sakes, try not to upset the witness. Please.
I think Edward has met his match. So that morning during the run-through of the action scene... Hold it! I'm not even letting her finish the sentence. Who was present at the run-through?
Well, let's see. There was Powers, he's the Steel Samurai. Then poor old Hammer, the evil magistrate. And me.
And what exactly were you doing?
Observing. Just observing.
She's a pervert. What about the assistant? Yeah, that's right. Where was she?
Oh, she was off moving backdrops around and such.
So she didn't see the run-through then.
I saw Powers trip and fall.
Hold it! What do you mean trip and fall? Yeah, why would Phoenix ask that?
Yes, and to think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh! So Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course.
You helped to make it better?
I guessed it where it hurt. What?
Yeah, let's just skip over that part, shall we?
Yeah. Where was the assistant then?
Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle.
You may continue your testimony. This is going nowhere. What a waste of time.
He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Hold it! He broke a prop? Which prop? I didn't see anything broken.
Sure did. His own samurai spear.
Oh. His samurai spear, the murder weapon?
Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it.
This strikes me as a significant detail. I better write this down in the court record. The murder weapon, a break in the shaft has been mended with duct tape. Just a moment, let me just see something. Look! The spear here, like on the photo, is not broken. So he wasn't even using, like, the spear that he was using before. I wonder if that's gonna be significant. Let's go a little bit more, and then we will think about it. Apparently he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Hold it! How bad was it? Was Mr. Power's ankle badly sprained?
Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch.
Thus the nap.
Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked.
Dragging his foot? Okay.
I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor?
Well, there is one thing that bothers me.
Which is...
Where is this steel samurai costume now?
Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking through, though.
Anyway, that's not important. Edgeworth, what do you mean that's not important? I'm trying to say that the steel samurai that was wearing the costume was not my defendant, my client. Of course it's important to know where it was. Because then we need to prove where my client was not, you know?
The witness did see the steel samurai, yes. And it is clear that the person in the steel samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers.
I suppose that's right. It's true, it's not important for the accusation, but it's important for me. Are you sure, Your Honor? Objection! Hold it right there! We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the steel samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers.
The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also.
Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please?
What, there's more?
No need to ask twice.
Wait, what? So there's more? Damn, good thing I didn't decide to object to anything, huh? Witness account, continuation.
The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true? The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them.
I don't think so, because between one, she wasn't... Wait, I'm bad with time. I'll go back to it, but I don't think so.
So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be the steel samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Thanks, Your Honor. Thanks for letting me do my job. Okay, let me just check my evidence for a little bit. Let me just see. 2:30, guide map, card key for the studio employees. He's dragging one leg at 2 p.m. Okay, let's press on.
Hold it! How do you know that? Didn't I just explain? I gave donuts to the young detective. And then, after some rubbish about it being a secret pal, he told me everything.
I see. Detective Gumshoe shares his fellow officer's fondness for donuts. Yeah, no shit. That's racist. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers.
Hold it!
Are you absolutely sure?
Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody's suspicious looking passed by at all.
Nobody's suspicious looking, right.
No one else went there.
And this is the last statement.
Hold it!
What about before you got to the guard station? Yeah, that's the thing.
You mean before 1 p.m.? Why, everyone was in the employee area before then. And I locked the main gate so no one could get in.
That's so stupid. Because anyone could jump over the main gate, right? Like, this possibility that the moment that she locked the gate, no one else can get through, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Not to mention, if they had, I would have seen them.
No, you wouldn't. That's the thing, you wouldn't, because you weren't there. Yeah, this is stupid. She's contradicting herself. Yeah, you could just jump over it, just like that AVGN. No, wait, no, you could walk over it, yeah. You could just walk over it. Hold it! This is absolutely bullshit. Are you sure? What do you mean, objection? The witness has answered the question. No, the witness is contradicting herself because she's saying that at 1, actually before 1, she wasn't there. She was having lunch with everybody else. And she's saying that no one could get through the gate before 1 p.m. because she was there. It doesn't make any sense. Because she wasn't there. The witness has answered your question. Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness.
That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy.
Edgy boy? Please.
Old Windbag sure has balls. Or, what the, what?
What?
Old Windbag sure has balls. Or, well, you know what I mean.
Wait, I don't know what you mean. Old Windbag has a... Old windbags have a way of skipping over important details after all. Or for that matter, entirely forgetting them.
How convenient!
Something for you to look forward to, perhaps. So that's it. Those are all the statements. So I need... If they had, I would have seen them. Wait. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2 p.m. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. How can I disprove this? It's not that I don't know what to say, it's that I don't have the evidence to, to use to disprove what she's saying. He's dragging one leg. I don't think he's dragging one leg, but sure. Wait. Maybe the card key? No, there has to be multiple card keys. Guide map to Global Studios. Time of death 2:30. Pierced through the chest by a spear. If they had, I would have seen them. You're having fun, huh? No one else went there. The only person I saw at the studio before then was Will Powers. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. But again, she didn't see Will Powers, she saw the Steel Samurai. Right? It's the... This doesn't make any sense. So, am I gonna prove again that it wasn't him? Because of the photo? That's the only thing that, comes to mind. And this part as well. No one else went there. Okay, this has to be it, right? I'm just gonna have to, to press her more on this. Yeah, that has to be. I still want to know what the photo number 1 is, but this has to be it. Objection! Hold on! Look at this photograph one more time.
This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct? Yes, sir, Sonny. So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture. In here, I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground. Right, anyway. It's also true that the computer in the guard stations records all security cam data. Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening. That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo... it says the time. On the back of the photo are printed the words 2 p.m. Of course. Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October the 5th, really, Sonny. Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo 2. Exactly, so where's photo 1? Photo 2? The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo? Tell her, right? Order! Order! Please, tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Judge, you idiot. Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness, because it's incredibly obvious, and I'm shocked that you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, Your Honor. The evidence shows that not one, but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet, there's only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access to the security lady herself. Me? You watch your mouth with a whippersnapper. The only person I saw today was Will Powers. But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by. Yes, well, that's what it would seem to me. Can the witness explain this to the court? I don't understand these newfangled computer thingies. Magic boy, help!
Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either.
Some help you are! You're a whippersnapper too!
Whippersnapper? I don't even know what that means!
Oh my god, is she going to transform? I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, I haven't gone to law school for a long time now.
Whippersnapper? Something the matter, Mrs. Oldbag? That's right. I just remember something. Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate.
Someone other than the Steel Samurai.
The judge is like, it's always the same thing. I've been doing this job for ages. Well, I suppose you could put it that way. Rubber. I see. Your testimony, please.
The other person.
Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that are unsuspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day.
Dude, that's so bad. Oh my god, that is so horrible.
Mrs. Oldbag, this is the first time I heard of this.
Well, of course, Sonny. I've only just remembered it.
Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination.
There's no cross-examination. We need to find out who the person in the other photo is. And if we can't find that out, then we can't accuse Mr. Powers. It's impossible. Because there's a person, there's a second person that we don't know who it is. We need to find a way to find who this person is. So, Judge, my defendant is not guilty.
Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this.
The other person, this is so stupid. So every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. Hold it! Another job, let her finish.
That's right, I check all the people that passed by the main gate that day. I look closely at every one of the photos that security camera takes.
Do you back up all of the security camera data?
Well, they keep telling me to do, too, yes. But those computers are just so frustrating.
I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Dude, she's gonna get so fired. Hold it! How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking?
Oh, you can tell by looking at their faces, for the most part.
Okay. This means that she knows who it was, right? So come on, tell me who it was.
For the most part? This is a murder trial, Mrs. Oldbag. Are you insane?
Well, I didn't touch that suspicious looking willpower's photo, did I?
I think she's missing the point. Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo. Okay, I want to know who it was.
Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased? A fanboy.
A fanboy? Fanboy?
Steel Samurai fanboys. Real freaks, if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging out. One was there that day.
Exactly. Well, wait a second. Didn't you just say no one else could get in?
I locked the main gate so no one could get in.
Those were your words.
Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area.
A drain? It was Solid Snake?
The grate has been loose for a while.
So someone could have got in and then just hid there and wait for the opportunity to strike? And of course, if that's the case, then our client can't go inside there. Because he's the giant dude.
It leads outside, and well, that's where they come in.
They come in through the drain?
I told you they were freaks. Oh, and they're kids, children, whippersnappers.
Kids? So on the photo that you erased,
it was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade.
What?
Order! Order! Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was the Steel Samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade.
Oh yes, well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop them, can't catch them.
A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade? I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear.
Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy. How do you know that, Judge?
Right. As I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data. Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect.
Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him.
The squad will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time.
I didn't forget any information. It was her. It was Edgeworth's fault. What the hell? Well, whatever. Mr. Powers?
Yes?
Tell me straight. Were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio?
I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping, honest.
So who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo?
How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really.
What? You should take better care of that stuff.
I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So, where does this leave me?
Well, it doesn't look good. I gotta be honest. You're the only likely suspect right now.
Nick! What are we going to do?
Okay, first we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this.
Right! And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can't get another day.
Right. But if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. Oh shit.
You don't sound very optimistic.
I'm not optimistic at all, actually. I'm just say it to him. I actually have no idea what I'm gonna do. Client.
Hey Nick, it's time!
Okay, let's go. Let's go again. What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that. Rubber. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecutions through on this matter?
The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studio was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there is still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for the verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers.
Nairo, will you play all 3 games? I will. Very well. Not in a row, but I will. I'm gonna play this, then I'm gonna play other games, and then someday I will play the second one. So there you go. Very well. Mr. Wright, your thoughts? The defense agrees with the prosecution's claims. There is another person who could have committed the crime. Rubber. Order! Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. Really? Really, Your Honor? Are you really gonna say that to me with a straight face? Really? Okay. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Right, great. As if the stakes weren't high enough. So, who is this person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed the murder? Ah, shit, man. The security lady, the great schoolboy, the assistant girl. Well, you know, it could really be the great schoolboy. I don't buy that he's not strong enough to wield the spear. Like this schoolboy could have even killed the other guy by mistake, by accident. It could also be the assistant girl, or maybe not, because she was... Where was she again? Wasn't she close to the resting area or something? Like cleaning the plates? The assistant girl or the great schoolboy? I have a feeling if I try to say that it was the great schoolboy, Edward's just gonna be like, "So you think a little child did it, huh? Don't make me laugh." So I guess I kinda have to go with the assistant girl. I have no choice. I have to. Well, I could also say Oldbag, right? Like, yeah, it has to be Oldbag. Yeah, not Oldbag, the assistant girl. I'm gonna go for it. Fuck it. It was the assistant! The stale samurai costume was in his dressing room. She stole it! And in doing so, she became the steel samurai. So you're saying the steel samurai in the picture is really the assistant? That's correct, Your Honor. Uh-oh. Oh, shit.
If you're serious, you've got guts, Mr. Wright. Remember the photo? Wasn't the steel samurai a little lame? He was dragging his foot.
No, he wasn't. Oh, I have a bad feeling.
Remember the testimony concerning Powers' injury?
Powers and the poor hammer. Yeah, we'll remember. What about the assistant? Oh, right. Oh, her. She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. I think. She's not confirming it. She's just saying I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle.
The assistant knew nothing of Mr. Powers' injury. She could look the steel samurai look with that costume.
She could look the steel samurai look with that costume? That sentence is weird.
But she couldn't walk the steel samurai walk. She wouldn't have limped.
But she's not limping, that's the thing.
That kind of takes the legs out from under that case.
Mr. Wright, I'm afraid I have to penalize you as I warned.
Ow! Oh no! Oh no, penalize. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen.
May we move on, Mr. Wright?
This fight isn't over yet. If you would, Your Honor, one more chance, please.
Very well. Accuse someone else. So who is this person?
I don't know. I guess I kind of have to, right? Dude, if the logic is to accuse Oldbag, that's a bit crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. It can be Oldbag, or can it? Fuck it. It was the great schoolboy. I think that's kind of stupid, but let's see. Let's see what he says.
Why isn't anyone saying anything?
Bah! Are you seriously suggesting the boy did it, Mr. Wright? Great schoolboy kills veteran action star with spear.
It could be an accident. It could totally have been an accident.
For one thing, the murder weapon was with the Steel Samurai. Would you care to explain how the boy would have obtained it from him?
Wait, wasn't the spear broken? If the spear was broken, then the spear would be... It wouldn't be as heavy, right? Because it would just be half the spear. It would be perfect for a kid to wield. Maybe that was the dumb move on my part.
No! Maybe! How about absolutely, Nick?
Bullshit!
Mr. Wright, I'm afraid I have to penalize you. Shit!
I can't believe it. So I'm actually going to accuse Oldbag. Okay, well, sure. Whatever. I guess I'm just gonna say that she deleted photo number 3 and photo number 4.
The security lady! It was the security lady, Wendy Oldbag. The Steel Samurai is dragging his legs in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Oldbag!
Well, what? Whippersnapper! Rabble! Order! Is this true, Oldbag?
Oldbag! That's Miss Oldbag to you! Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume. Then slip into the Studio 1, the scene of the murder.
Well, why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume?
So that no one would know that it was her, Judge. Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in this costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers.
Ah, I see! Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright.
Oh yeah! Right here, Sherlock Holmes 2, baby! Huh? That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence?
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter?
The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time.
Really? What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it? Is that it? Edgy boy, just don't sit there. Do something. What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this the whole way. Give Granny a break. Press further. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Mr. Oldbag's actions on that day.
But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer?
You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too.
Indeed.
Does he? You don't know that, Phoenix. You don't know enough about the relationship between Powers and the other guy.
That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope.
Wait a minute.
What about the other person who went to the studio?
The boy! The one whose photo I erased. He's only a grade schooler, though. As you said, second or third grade, was it?
That doesn't matter. Now it doesn't matter. Fuck you. I'm gonna penalize you, old bag. Take that.
When I was at the age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds tops. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright?
That boy's not a killer.
What? How can you be so sure? Huh?
Or is it being nice to the kids and mean to your elders, day, whippersnapper? I have proof.
Oh yeah?
Proof? Indeed! Then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder?
The murder weapon. A break in the shaft has been mended with duct tape. It's impossible because he doesn't have the card key to get access to Studio 1. So it's the card key.
Take that! Take that! The scene of the murder, as we all know, was Studio 1. However, you need a card key to enter the studio. How could a boy with no formal relation to the studios have a card key?
I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this?
The windbag, speechless. This has got to be a first.
Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Windy. What was her name?
Something Oldbag, Your Honor.
Then the prosecution will look further into this old bag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Whew, we did it. We kinda did it. We almost did it.
Whoa, wait a second.
Whoa.
I'm not going to just sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree. Me. I'm talking.
Oh shit, but the court is adjourned.
Oh great, stop the presses, the windbag wants to talk.
Mr. Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony?
Actually, if you must know, that's something I was told not to talk about.
No, not to talk about.
By whom?
Oh, so I thought it was Edgeworth. Huh? You mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk?
Well, testify.
No, the court is adjourned. You already you bumped the Havel or whatever the hell it's called. This is so cheating. My lips were sealed.
Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me just to pretend that they hadn't been at the studio that day.
But if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free.
Nice, good job. So she's basically ratting.
Mrs. Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the courtroom until now?
Yeah, she should be placed in jail. She's withholding important information. That's crazy.
Ain't you listening? Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told. No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
I have a feeling that she kind of hurt the judge's feelings. My lips were sealed. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something.
Hold it! Why?
So you were told not to talk?
That's right, by the studio and the TV bigwigs, no less.
Why didn't I hear about this?
Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. We were all in on it. There were some other people at the studio.
Who are they? Who the fuck were these people?
Well, the director and the producer for starters.
The director? Wait, of course! Of course the director and the producer should be there, right? They were gonna film.
We should have known something was fishy. How could I have done a run-through of their action scene without a director?
Exactly.
Of course!
Of course. Well, I was surprised no one asked about it.
So, where were these people?
The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. She joined the producer around lunchtime and they had a meeting after that.
Where?
Oh, in Studio 2 trailer.
Oh, shit. Studio 2? There was a Studio 2? Yes, there was, Phoenix. You know about this.
Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gate and all the way to the left. The path where the monkey's head was fallen over.
Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination?
I think I've already asked all my questions, but... Sure, let's continue the cross-examination. Why not? They say they had nothing to do with it, see? Bullshit! I mean, hold it, sorry. Mrs. Oldbag, this is a trial for murder!
I know that, silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it. And they gave me a little bonus on the side.
So you got your bonus and you still talked? Damn, that's true. So basically, she took a bribe and she still talked either way. Damn, she's vicious. Continue the cross-examination. Well, let's take a break. There's no reason to continue. Your Honor, we have learned there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers.
The court acknowledged the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbag, and more information about these other people we just have been told of.
Edgeworth, it's your job. Actually, you don't even do it. You get Gumshoe to do it. I understand, Your Honor. Dude, Edgeworth is like utterly defeated. He's like, fuck! Why did I decide to take this case on? What an idiot. The moment that I saw the witness, I should have just said, nope, I don't want it.
This ends today's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Well, there you go. We did it, kinda.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me.
Ah, really? It's nothing. Or should I say?
We'll be going down to the studio to do some...
We'll be going down to the studio to do some more investigation. We have to find out more about this director and the producer and all the other bigwigs. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get the material for the cross-examination.
So Nick, have we figured out just who it was in that Steel Samurai costume? Could it really have been Old Windbag?
What do you think, Mr. Powers?
I don't think it was her, really.
Neither do I, Nick.
Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Come on. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers.
Poor Old Windbag. I feel kinda sorry for her.
I don't. Well, she wasn't winning any points in there with or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studio.
Right, we'll be back to visit you soon.
Thanks, guys.
Poor Mr. Powers. To be continued. But I think we still have time to continue more. Let's see. Maybe we can do the full investigation day?